Hello my little bats, I hope you're doing well today, and welcome back to a new video of mine. After my last video, which was quite sad, I decided that we are going to do another tip and trick video, and how to improve in art. I saw that the last one was very well received. I decided to do that, and I want to say thank you so much for the love and support that you showed in my last tip and trick video. Because I do have to say, I make these unscripted because I am someone who cannot follow a script. I just can't. I hope I hope you forgive me, guys. So here are some of my tricks how you can improve in art. If you are someone who is starting in art, do not think that you have to get the best equipment ever. I think a lot of us who started to draw and in a young age, we saw people on the internet using Carricks or used very expensive graphic tablets. You don't need that, to be quite honest. You don't need to use these very expensive tools. If you have the money and if you think that you can use that, then yeah, sure, go for it, girl, get it. But when you're starting, I recommend all the time to use normal paper, a normal cheap fucking pencil, and also a very cheap eraser. You don't need more than that to make a very cute art piece. Some of my first art pieces, they were colored with Stabilos because I just had that. I just had the money for those. After a while then, I decided to buy some Carricks. Those that I thought I could use in that moment. And after a while, I started to collect them more and more. You don't need the best of the best direct at the beginning. And never ever tell yourself that you only get better when you have these tools. That is total bullocks. Quite honest. Don't listen to that. The next tip is something that for some people is quite difficult to receive. But it's very important that you learn, especially when you're showing your art on the internet, to know what it means to get constructive criticism. Yes, it's true, there are some people in this world who don't have better time to do than just to bash on other people even though they just posted their art. There are people who will be very rude to you and tell you that everything that you do is bad. But here is the thing, you will not learn from these kind of criticism. Of course not. It just will make you feel bad. You have to learn to know what constructive and destructive criticism is. For example, if someone tells you this is bad, then this is destructive. Because at the end of the day, you just know that it is bad. What exactly on that is bad, and what could you do to make it better? Another thing is, that is a good example for constructive criticism. I made a drawing for one of my dearest friends, and he said me in one point, hey, I love the drawing, but the foot looks a little bit strange. The next time I decided to take that very hard to my heart, because now I knew that at the end of the day something looked good, just that the anatomy was quite off when it comes to the feet. I did that, and the second try it looked amazing. I liked it, he liked it, perfect, everything were happy. So learn what it means to get constructive criticism, and maybe sometimes take it to heart. I know that sometimes it is quite hard when you were drawing something, you felt very good about it, you were quite proud about it, and someone tells you that you could do it better. I get it. However, these people didn't mean it in a bad way. They just wanted to help you out. And if you are then taking it, it's then totally up to you. please don't then go to their profiles, block them, and try to make a lot of DMCA claims. Oh man, I should probably stop. The next thing is again a little bit more about the anatomy. I said that you always have to use a reference picture for the anatomy and for the pose that you need, but something else that I learned is not only that, and also with real life experience, it is also to never give up. Sometimes you were drawing a pose that you thought could look very, very beautiful, then you try it and it looks like a hot mess. The next time you will try it again and it maybe looks bad again. Don't ever give up. Art is something that you have to learn. I always say it to either my family member or to someone that I met. I don't have a talent in art. I don't see myself as a talented artist, because if I would be a talented artist, I would be, I don't know, Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo. No, I am me. I have no talent in that. What I have is a skill learned and trained by many, many years and many, many opinions from other people taken to heart. The same thing is with anatomy. Never ever give up. Or art in general. Never ever give up. It doesn't matter if someone tells you that it looks bad. Never give up. There will always be someone who will like your art. There will always be someone who will support you. Always be someone who will try to make you feel good and tells you, I like your art. For someone like me, who is a very, very small YouTuber, I tried when I was a child to draw for other people, to get something out of there, to get acknowledged by them. But nowadays, I don't give a fuck anymore. If someone says, I hate your art style, I hate your colors, then so be it. I like how I draw quite a lot nowadays. Yes, I know that I can still learn a lot, but I enjoy how I draw it, and that's important. Another thing is that I want to tell you is don't listen to haters. It is what it is. I guess that's quite self-explanatory here, so I don't really have to go into too much depth on how to do that. The next part is how do you learn and get used to different medias quickly. As you maybe know or follow me for quite a while now, I am not really a digital artist. I did try to make digital speed paints and I do sometimes try to make digital art, but at the end of the day, I am always someone who enjoys more traditional art than digital art. It is just my preference, mostly because I never really had the time or had the knowledge on how to use digital medias. However, at one point I was like, you know what? I want to learn more. So I took out my very, very old graphic tablet that recently broke. Man, I'm so sad. And started to draw more digital. After that, I decided that I wanted to get my first iPad. And I have to say, this is the best investment ever, next to my trip that I will go in September. Of course, it was very, very difficult for me to get used to this media. It was small, I had everything direct in front of me, and I had a lot of tools on this app that I had to learn and had to master. And you know what? I still don't know what I'm fucking doing sometimes. The best way how you can learn a new media quite quick is by just try it. Try it. If you don't know how to use something, maybe watch a YouTube video. We now have such a big platform and are so lucky that we have everything that we want to learn right in front of us, on the internet. Some people didn't have that. Ask my mom. So you just can look up how to do something and how you can learn that. And make your own little experiments. As you can see nowadays with my digital art, I sometimes try different things and try another thing the next time, because the first time that I tried this, I didn't like it, so maybe I can change it up. All of that maybe doesn't like exactly like you wanted at the beginning, or maybe like you wanted to have when you were drawing traditional, but that's okay. No one expects from you to have the same exact art style that you have when you have in traditional art. The same thing is for people who are mostly in digital art and want to try traditional art. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect directly at the beginning. You're just learning, you're just trying something out, that's fine. Another thing is, don't rush yourself. Like I said, art is a skill that you have to learn. Some people tell me that they don't have the patience for art, that they would rather rush everything and they want to have the result immediately. But for all old fella artists, we all know it doesn't really work like that. Like I said, we are not Leonardo da Vinci. We have to learn that skill. We have to train it. It's like a sport. Let's say basketball. My brother wasn't the best in basketball direct at the beginning. He is small. He is quite small for someone at his age. However, it never ever made him feel bad. It never stopped him to train more and more. And guess what? He became one of the fastest player in his team, and then a little bit later he became the captain of that team. So art is pretty much the same thing, just that you have to do it all by your own. And again, it is okay to make mistakes in art. We are not perfect people. It's okay if you think that you have to do something a little bit different, or even if you think that you will never get to a point where you always wanted to be, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, as hard as it sounds, you're never getting to be perfect. I will never get to be perfect. I mean, let's just take the SpeedPaint that I have here in the background. I love the character. I love how it came out. However, nowadays, I look at the drawing now and I think I could do so much better. I could have made the shadows a little bit less harsh. I could maybe have done something different with the coloring. Maybe a little bit more of a gradient. That is totally fine if you're also questioning yourself. And with that, I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you have more questions about how to improve in art, please let me know in the comments. Maybe in a third part, I will take that to heart and will try to answer that. Would be quite fun if someone has a question. If you want to see more, please consider to subscribe, leave a like to let me know that you liked it, leave a dislike to let me know you didn't like it, and always give up constructive criticism if you have something to say. Like I said, constructive criticism good, destructive bad. And as always, wash your hands, stay safe. We are still living in a really strange place. Take care of yourself, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!